Cloud. And let's go to make you the host. Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. You're it.
All right. Sounds good. Let me share this.
Cool.
Sounds good. All right. Perfect. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Chris Reel, and I'm one of the trainers here with Reminder Media. And I want to thank you all for giving me a few minutes of your time today. I know me and Joe started working together probably about 4 years ago is when I signed him up. So, and then I know, I don't know if Mariana's here as well, but I know Mariana jumped on board with me about a year ago. So I just want to thank you all for the business that you've given us. So I'll try to be quick for you. Name of the webinar is Stop Missing Opportunities and Start Connecting. Now, real estate, you all know it's a relationship business. Whether you're new or seasoned, everybody has a database right now full of contacts. They could be your past clients, your SOI, or any prospects that you're nurturing. All these people will know other people that will buy or sell in this upcoming year. So I think the biggest challenge for every agent, how do you stay in front of these people consistently to capture the referrals that will come from them? And then you got to turn them into commission checks, of course. I'm going to show you a couple quick data points from NAR. This one shows you all the transactions from last year. 56% of all buyers, 68% of all sellers found their agent from a referral or they use an agent they already had a relationship with. Now, when we take these listing transactions and we break them down for you, you're going to see 41% came from referrals, 27% from agents they already had a relationship with. But then you have the rest here in the gray. What I want you to focus on is in the middle, which is website leads. Now, this is Zillow, it's Realtor.com, and other internet website lead generation sources everybody's pouring a ton of money into every year. This shows you a combined 5% of sellers found their agents in places like this. So I think when you look at everything and then you sum it all up, the majority of people out there today, they are finding the homes that they want online. But the agents that they're choosing to work with, whether they're buying or selling, are coming from referrals and other key relationships that they have. Now, I think the biggest telltale sign of it all is always the money, right? They always say, if you want the truth, follow the money. So you're going to see last year, the average agent made just over $54,000. They did 12 transactions, 20% came from referrals, 16% from repeat clients. This next one highlights the top 3% of the country, anybody that makes 150K or over. And it's actually been like this for the last 6 years. If you look, almost 60% of their business comes out of their database. So when you look at the rest of these income gaps here to the left, as we start to walk down them, you're going to see that that percentage goes down with it. So there is a direct correlation from the amount of money that you're going to make to the amount of business that you do grab out of your database. Now, I think there's a big gap in between both the numbers because where agents are putting their money. So when you look here in the gray, nobody can argue any of this with you. You need all this stuff to operate for the most part. Right here in the red, this is what's optional for you. This is your referral relationship expenses. Now, this shows you that 55% of agents are only spending $50 to $100 a year on things like this. So if we take a quick second, let's think about your marketing budget and picture like a big pizza. We're going to slice it into 8 slices. How many slices are you giving to your past clients and key relationships? And how many slices do you give away? As you saw in that previous graph, majority of agents out there are giving their entire pizza away to total strangers. So the end result and what we're preventing for you is you're driving down the road seeing a for sale sign on a past client's lawn or an SOI's lawn that's not yours. Maybe you log into the MLS one Sunday night and see a prospect that you're trying to nurture the last 3 to 6 months, end up listing with another agent, or just scrolling through Facebook one day, see somebody in your friend list standing in front of whom they just bought and you weren't that agent. These are all missed opportunities, and that's what we do here at Reminder Media. We're going to help you stay connected to everybody on a personal level to drive repeat and referral business. Now, this is our 20th year doing this. We work with over 60,000 agents. Here's the tools that we use. I'm going to start with American Lifestyle. It's our flagship. It's all general interest stuff. It's got leisure, art, travel, design, sports, and recipes. Start Healthy is general health and wellness. There's mind and body. There's basic fitness and exercise. The recipes, because of the name, are all healthy. And then the articles throughout are like how to detox your body, foods that'll boost your immunity, benefits of drinking a half a gallon of water a day, things like that. The Good to Be Home is my personal favorite. It's all real estate and home design content. Tips to increase the value of your home, how to stage your house if you want to sell it, being more efficient with the utilities or the pros of doing preventative seasonal maintenance. And then we have a ton of outdoor yard and garden stuff too for the spring and summer. And then this Business in Action is our newest one. We created this originally for the financial sector, But if you have a lot of corporate or not even a lot, but if you have any corporate and commercial clients or investors, this would be the right one for them. It's all about investing, financing, different market trends and different strategies to grow and operate businesses and so forth. Now, the neat thing about this is you can alternate between these magazines as much as you like. So you always have options. To give you a visual perspective, if you haven't seen us before, Architectural Digest or Southern Living. We look exactly like they do. It's a high gloss cover. It's 48 pages of full color, and it's got that nice, heavier, thicker paper. Now, the number one thing everybody loves, they're very easy to customize and maintain. So I'm going to start with the front cover. Your picture, contact info, and logo are here. Top corner, it's going to say compliments of you. In my case, compliments of Chris Friel. If you have a partner, we can fit team pictures here as well. Now, I'm going to show you here, usually about 10 to 15 different cover options to choose from. This is the current American lifestyle that we have. Now, you have a couple different looks. You have a traditional look with nothing on the front cover. Your headshots will go in the top left or bottom left, depending on which magazine you pick. And as I scroll down through these options, circle the first one here, you can do body shots as well. And then you'll see the rest of the options you have to pick from. Here is your good to be home. Now, with each new edition that'll come out too, all your covers and content are very current to the time of year we're in as well. Here's your Start Healthy. And then I'm going to show you business in action. Now, when I'm going to flip over to the inside cover in a quick second for you, and then you're going to see that your branding is also here. But there's also a letter you could tailor to your clients. And there's two ways to do this letter. One, if you're a plug and play person like myself, in the interface that we give you, there are letters already drawn up. Now, whichever one you pick, they're still personalized. They still say Dear Bill and Judy, not Dear Value Client or Resident, which I know we all hate. If you want to edit the letter to make it your own, say you want to take out a paragraph and add some of your own words, you could do that. The other option, you could write the entire letter yourself. Maybe somebody you know had a milestone birthday or a newborn baby. You want to specifically address that just to them in their magazine. You could do that. It just comes down to how much time you want to put into it. We also give you 2 tarot cards. I call them the ultimate business card. So again, on one side, branding. On the other side, we have a lot of options to put on the back. We always default to the recipes. Now, recipes might not be your thing. We got motivational quotes. There's trivia games. There's do-it-yourself projects for the home, health and fitness stuff. I mean, there's stuff for the vets, pets, kids. So whatever you think of, it'll be there. If you have something special that you want us to throw on the back, send that over to us, and we can also do that for you too. Now, you get the entire back cover inside and out to customize as well. In the interface we give you, again, there are a lot of template ads you could pick from, like the one you're looking at here. But what a lot of agents like to do with their back cover is put their listings and recently solds here. Anytime you have listings, if you want to feature them in the magazine, you can do that. If there are no current listings at the time, but you want to showcase your recently solds, that's also an option for you too. And then one other cool thing with the back cover is you can sell it. It's your magazine. So if you want to co-brand and team up with a lender, a builder, or any vendor in the area that you know to offset your cost, you could also do that as well. So when it comes to marketing tools, I know there's a lot of things out there you can do. I really broke this down into 2 sections for you. When you look to the left, you're going to see the dinners, the bottles of wine, gift cards, and baskets. Great closing gifts, but these aren't cost effective, right? So if we try and do this and sustain it for everybody over a long period of time, we're going to end up working for free eventually. You know, on the right, very cost effective, the newsletters, the flyers, the emails. I don't want to beat this stuff up. I think everything does serve a purpose to some extent. At the end of the day, though, you do want to maximize your shelf life in the home. Think about yourself. You're all in sales. You're still consumers, too. You buy cars, you buy furniture, and you buy jewelry. When you go home at night and you grab your mail, say somebody sends you a newsletter or a flyer, 99% of the time after you look at it, where does it end up? If you're like me, it will not make it past your mailbox. I call this stuff lottery marketing. The numbers don't match that day for something specific we're looking for. We're throwing out the tickets. That is the number one reason why agents use them. So we get you onto the coffee table. It's going to serve as a visual reminder that you value their relationship. I always say it's like a mini billboard in the home, but we have a minimum of a 4-week shelf life. Our average time in the home is 6 to 7 weeks, though, is what most people keep it. It's going to keep you top of mind at all times. It's going to make you look fabulous, and it gives you an excuse to reach out and check in with these people throughout the year, see how they're doing, what they thought of the magazines. Maybe they tried some recipes and things that are in there, but then you can really feel comfortable at the end of that call. Remind them you need referrals and ask them who they know that'll love the magazine like they do, that you can introduce yourself to, that'll be buying or selling in the upcoming markets. Okay. So that's the nurturing side of this. Now on the prospecting side of it, what I would do is my wife is a realtor in PA, so here's her magazine, right? So what I do is I always send about 15 to us, and I do two things. One, I put them in local businesses, both our doctors, our dentist, her hair and nail salon, my barbershop, our mechanic. I leave them in the waiting room like a fishing line because the people that don't look at their phones, they flip through magazines when they're waiting to be serviced. And then the rest of them she'll hold on to because I have a bio letter about her in the front for these ones, testimonials in the back. So when she goes out on listing appointments and does open houses, she uses them as a first impression piece because they'll always win over a business card and really add validity to her brand when she's meeting somebody new for the first time as well. So you can customize these different ways to hit different campaigns of your business in each batch. So it's not just like a one-trick pony per se. All right. Now, the next slide I have is going to be the incentives that we have going for the spring. But before I show you the numbers, any questions on the concept?
I don't know if you could see me, everybody, but this is my magazine. Everybody knows that I send the magazine out. And just as a point of reference, the listing that I have currently, I sold the lady the house 3.5 years ago, and she's got every single one of them on her coffee table. I said, wow, you saved all my magazines. She goes, they're so beautiful. And it says, so interesting. I just saved them, and she had them all scrolled out. I thought that was really very cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. Great.
Anybody have any questions so far? That's just on the magazine. There's a lot of other products. So hang on. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. So what we're doing for the spring, this is how Joe started out with us as well, is we offer you a one-time mailing to start. We want to earn your business long term. We are very practical about this. So we know we have to prove to you it works. So you literally could try it once for the spring. There's no contract. And that way you can get it out, get it in people's hands. Now, let us show you that the bang's worth the buck. Get you some referrals out of it. And as long as you like it and you do want to continue, again, that is always our goal. If you did it once and thought, hey, it's not for me, it's just a one-time test drive. We'll shut it right down. Now, before I show you the numbers, we have two quick new things we did roll out. This is a game changer. It's an AI program that we rolled out a year ago. It's called Target Follow-Up. It'll take your entire database of people that you have, and it runs it through all these predictive analytics, even down to what people click on and look up on Facebook and Google. It can also identify if they went to any websites like Zillow and Realtor.com. Then it scores and organizes your database from first to last, telling you who the most prime targets that will buy or sell in the upcoming months based on the analytics and social media behavior. Since we rolled it out, it's been consistently operating in the 70 percentiles as far as the accuracy goes. So it's getting a ton of our agents in front of these people at the right time when they're clicking on stuff for themselves, family, and friends. But the agents had no idea they were doing so. In fact, my wife only does real estate part-time. We have a personal training studio. She's been a trainer for 15 years. When she got into business last year, what I did is I took our normal sphere and I made a list of those people. Being the trainer, she sees her clients 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how many days they train. So we took someone to the studio, but what I did that to include with our list, I took all the women that fell off the last 2 years with her for one reason or another training, because people come in and out. We ran it through the AI. There was a couple who has a very successful IT business she's close with, was put at the top, but she was kind of confused because right before they stopped, the wife stopped training with her, they just had a baby and they just bought a new home. It was 11 acres in Chester Springs, PA. Long story short, when she followed up with them, they ended up going through a divorce. The wife had just went and bought a $600,000 house cash, so she missed her by 3 weeks. But the husband was poking around Zillow to see what the homes were worth in his area. 1.1 million. He gave her the listing. She closed it a few months ago. Now he's turning around building an $800,000 house with less land because he didn't want all the land to take care of anymore. So he got 1.8 million off those 2 transactions. So I can attest from a personal standpoint that the AI is working tremendously. The second thing I would do too, now we have QR codes. So if you have a QR code or you want us to create one that'll take people to your website, or we have a variety of landing pages that will give you to capture their info, you can do that too. We have a market analysis tool. So what I did for my wife, for the ones that I put in those businesses, I have a QR code on the front that says, scan this to see what your house is worth. So when they scan it, it takes them to a custom landing page that we give you to capture their info. They fill it out, they get the analysis for their home, and then you can follow up with them. And she's got a couple buyers that she's working with now for the spring market because of that too. So it's another new thing we've implemented, okay? And now I'm gonna come back to this QR code in one quick second. So here's your numbers. What you need to set up your account. We have a one-time startup to get going. Normally $299. When I do these presentations for Joe, I knock 200 off. It's 99 bucks to start. It is a one-time fee. It is not a reoccurring charge, which means you'll never pay it again. It does go to multiple things. Now, the first thing is your mailing list. So my favorite thing about us, we work off exclusivity. The names and addresses that you send these to, you own them. So if any other realtor jumps on board and your contacts are on their list, we make them take them off. This will differentiate you from every other realtor out there. So your contacts are protected. You get your own marketing coach who's going to be your assistant, and they do all the work. The only job that you need to do is get your stuff to them, your photos, your list, testimonials, whatever you want in there. Other than that, you just got to pick your covers and recipes. They will do all the heavy lifting, the technical, and the mailing for you. So we make it as turnkey as possible. Now, price per magazine, $4.99 a piece. It includes everything, your printing, customizations, and postage and handling. So if you actually boil this down, it's cheaper than most Hallmark cards out there these days in the store. I don't know if you've been to Walmart or anything and bought a Hallmark card lately or a birthday card. They're like $7, $8 now from what I saw. So it's actually ridiculous. But our minimum is just $50. It comes out to $249.50. You do not pay this up front. When your magazines get shipped out, you just pay for them when they go out, but you pick when they go out. So we have a deadline every single week. Every agent can work at their own pace. If you want these to hit in April, May, again, it's really up to you. And then that's it. There's no other fees. There's no hidden cost. The price per magazine does not change.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
I have to interrupt you 1 second. How's
Sure.
your internet connection? 'Cause you're blinking in and out. I don't know if
Is
that's
it
me.
mine?
You, or
Mine's okay on my end.
anybody else? Or is it just
No, he's fine. He looks fine.
you guys are
It's
fine?
here.
On my
Yeah.
end. You see
Must
fine.
be on my end again. Okay, Joe, keep going.
Okay. So I'll say, yeah, we have a rolling deadline every week, so you can pick when they go out. If you want them to hit in April, May, June, I mean, it's really up to you. And then I was telling you about the magazines being different. So say out of the 50, you want to send like 35 out to specific clients, and the other 15 you want to send to yourself, like I do for my wife. No matter how you slice it, there is no extra charge. It's all the same no matter what you do. And then one other footnote I do want to show you real quick. The magazines that you would send to yourself to hand out, if you look, most magazines have dates on them. They say March of 24, April of 24. Right here, if you see, our issues are numbered. They're not dated. We do this on purpose. Reason being is because the articles are very general stuff. You don't have to hand them out in 30 days or they're old. You can strategically hand them out over a 2-3 month span and make them count for the people you actually want to give them to. So they will last you quite a bit for the ones that you do send to yourself, okay? And that's it, folks. When you get the first one out, you'll have a couple months where you can see the impact it has, and then we'll follow up with you. And like I said, as long as you like it and you want to continue like Joe has, that's always our goal. And if not, we just set it right down. It would just be a one-time test drive, okay? I do have one special thing I want to do for everybody as well. But before I throw that at you, any questions on the numbers?
Hey, Chris, I had a quick question. It's not necessarily on the numbers, it's just a general question.
Sure.
I was wondering, do you offer anything in other languages, like a magazine in Spanish, or no? It's only...
We are currently, that's a great question. We are actually currently working on a full Spanish magazine. It's not done yet. For the short time being, though, you can do all your customizations in Spanish. Like if you want to put your letter and the other stuff in Spanish, you can do that. But as far as the content goes, again, it is currently in the works. I don't know what it's going to be done. It might be by the end of this year, beginning of next, but we are working on that. But like I said, until then, you can put all your, you can put your letter and everything else in Spanish if you like.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Great question. Any other
Yeah,
questions?
I have a question on the price wise. So the $99 for the activation, so that's just with the first time. And then let's say like we're gonna, or I'm in my case, so I'm gonna, let's say like I just gonna do the test and then I'll do it again in a few months. Do I have to pay again the 99 or it's just
Correct. Yeah, that's a great question, Irvin. So no, you do not have to pay. So whether you just mail once and then take a break and come back down the road, or say you've been with me for years like Joe has, and say Joe took a break right now for 6 months and then came back, when he comes back in, he doesn't have to pay another startup. So we've had people, I've had, women to go have a baby and go out, for 2 years out of the business and come back in. You don't have to pay another 99. Once you pay it once, it covers you for life. Okay. And the cool thing about the magazine too, after the magazines do go out, they're not an every month thing. You'll see here it says bi-monthly. The normal rotation is every 2 months, but we also have a quarterly option. So if you just want to do it once a quarter, like once a season, you could do that too. So it's really up to you.
So
Okay, thank you.
basically, you're talking about $1,000 a year in your budget to send out these magazines, just so you guys understand that.
Correct.
That's $1,000. That's 4 times. If you want to do it every other month, sometimes I've done it every other month, and then sometimes I skip it and I'll do it every 3 months. I've even requested it and doing it twice a year. I just take a break and come back and say, just want to do one now. That's after your contract expires, right? How many you have to do in a contract? Chris?
So the normal contract is a year, so it'd be, but if the thing is, Joe, if they want to send out, like, say when they, after the first mailing, if they go into it and they want to continue, they can pick right off the bat whether they want to do it bi-monthly or quarterly. So just say they do it 4 times for the year and they need it, after that, they want to switch, they can always do that too. You know,
Okay, but 1 year is the commitment, whether you do 4 or.
after the first mailing, yeah, and they're not going to be audit. There won't be an audit. Like, we would follow up them and say, hey, what did you think? Do you want to continue with this? Depending on the results they got, and then it's really up to them. But if they say, hey, I like it, but I don't want to continue, I'll be back when I'm ready again. We'll set it right down for them. So we're going to check in with them first to make sure they do want to continue, so that way they can really get it out there and get it in people's hands first before they decide, hey, this is worth doing for the year or it's not. And we do have an 84% retention rate too. So the reason we do it like this, I know a lot of wholesalers out there want to lock in the contracts right away, because this way, if something doesn't work or you don't like it, you're stuck making donations the rest of the year. The reason we let you try it once is so you can get it out and, you know, see that your clients love it and that the bang is worth the buck, and then decide from there. So 8.4 agents out of 10 that do try this will stay with us after the first mailing. So it's pretty good numbers there. So any other questions on the numbers?
Yeah, and you also said that let's say that we can like partner with another business for the back cover.
Yes.
So yeah, in that case, so the price is the same or does it change?
Oh, no, the price will be the same. So if you just partner with your lender, you put they put their card on file, you put yours. When the magazines go out, you pay your half, they pay their half, everybody writes it off.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, and I just had a question. So let's just say you paid $99.99 for the activation fee, right? And you want to give the magazines a try. You have to commit to the whole year, or can you just send it out one batch with the $249.50?
Exactly. I mean, you can send it out one batch, see how well it works, and then we follow up with you 2-3 months, 2 months later, and say, hey, Eileen, what'd you think? And then it's up to you if you do want to continue. So literally, it would just be the one-time trial, so you could test out to see how well it works. And then we're going to follow up with you, and then it'll be up to you if you want to do it again.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So you don't have to commit to anything, except you would just do the one-time mailing to see, what type of response you get. That's it.
Right, the one time for $249.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you. very much.
Exactly right. Yeah, no problem. And I'm going to do something, like I said, I'm going to do something special for everybody to kind of make it a no-brainer for you too. But if any other questions, and like I said, I got something special I'm going to do for everybody. So
All right, thank you very much.
no problem. Any other questions?
Just one last question.
Sure.
With the shipping part, you said it's all included.
Correct.
Is that just in the New York area? Would it go to Jersey? Or...
Oh, you can send it anywhere you want. You can send it to California if you want.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's all included. It's a flat thing. And even if you're getting some sent to you, Dan, and some sent out, even though shipping both ways, we don't nickel and dime. It's just a flat thing, like you said, no matter what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Great question. Any other questions? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this QR code back up. Okay. Being one of the trainers here, if you actually pull out your phone, you can scan this. You'll get some PDF samples, but most importantly, anybody that scans this, your info is going to come over to me. And the reason I do this, being one of the trainers here, I don't get to follow up and call through the offices like a lot of our sales execs do these webinars. But I would love to gain some more traction in the office. Anybody that scans this, I'm going to follow up with you. And if you do decide to give it a shot, I will pay for the first 15 magazines for anybody that wants to do this. So it'll be a $74 credit on me when your magazines ship. Instead of $249 for the 50, you will only pay $174 when the magazines go out. So I'm going to take care of the first 15 for you to pretty much offset that setup fee. Okay. And then that is all
I
I
just
got.
had one question. Oh,
Sure.
sorry.
Go ahead, Eileen.
So we can give you like the mailing list of who we wanted to go out to, but let's say we want to keep some to hold just to put in, let's say, one in our coffee shop we go to,
Yeah.
one nail salon. Can we do that as well?
Absolutely. Yep. That's what I was telling you I do for my wife, Eileen. So you could take that 50 and say you just want to send 35 of them out to people, but then the other 15 you want to customize with like a bio letter, like the prospecting mag. They'll come to you in the box, and then you can, like you said, put them in those businesses or hand them out to people at your discretion. So you could split that 50 up, send a portion out to people, send the rest to yourself.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yep. And like I said, no matter how you slice it, there is no extra charge for it. It's all going to be the same. But like I said, I will take, like I said, I really appreciate, all the support Joe's given us, and so I'll pay for the first 15 for anybody who wants to do this.
Chris, can I ask a question about the
Sure can.
promotion you're offering right now? So,
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested in the promotion. I'm just wondering, is this promotion something that lasts for a little bit? Like, once we do it, do we have to be ready with our addresses and everything?
Not
and
at
that-
all. So so most, not to make you laugh, if you had your stuff ready, I'd probably put a plaque on the wall for you. So nobody ever has it ready. You could what agents do, they activate it, the promo, you get your username and passwords. You can start looking at covers and designs, set you up with one of the senior marketing coaches, and then we work at your pace. So if you don't want these to hit till June, we can make them hit in June if you want. It's really up to you. So most agents will get them out anywhere from usually 30 to 90 days, usually. So like I said, every agent kind of works at their own pace. So depending on when you want it to hit for the spring, we can accommodate. So you don't have to have your stuff ready right away at all.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, perfect. Any other questions? No? Okay. Here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my cell phone number in the chat too. So that way, if anybody, you can even reach out to me by cell as well. If you, I think that's somebody's internet, right? Is that Joe's internet again?
Joe, I don't know if you can share your internet's all messed up.
Yeah, I think he's so I could just put my cell phone number in the chat for everybody as well.
What's the name of the company, Chris? I'm putting it in contact.
It's
info.
yes, it's Reminder Media.
Reminder Media. Awesome.
Yeah. And the other cool thing you could do too, when I mentioned about, like I said, sending, you can alternate between the magazines. In your one batch of magazines, that it does not all have to be the same magazine. So say you want to split it up and do like 25 Good to Be Home, 25 American Lifestyle, you could do that too. If you felt like, you want to kind of do a variety. So it doesn't have to just be like a one size fits all as far as that goes too.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Perfect. Any other questions? All right. Joe, can you hear me? He said, I think his internet's messing up. I can't. Yeah. Joe, if you can hear me, you're very robotic.
So you can. No, it's not gonna work. We're having a.
Why can't they hear me?
Okay. I can't hear him. I'm not sure what's going on. Dan, so I know you said you were interested in the pro. Did you want me to follow up with you today?
Yeah, I actually, I'm sitting down on my phone right now. I just paid the 99.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. That'll come over to me then. Yeah, good.
It says, let's get your magazine started.
Yes, the only thing I need to do with you then is since you just paid, because anybody that's interested, you can sign up right from the QR code like Dan just did, and then you just got to tell me, Dan, when would be good for your marketing coach to reach out to you? You don't, they're not going to expect anything from you. They just want to introduce themselves so you know who's helping you, and then they'll come up, go over deadlines and just kind of come up with a game plan with you. So you don't need nothing ready. It's just like a welcome call. Is there a good day you'd like for them to reach out?
I'm a school teacher, so basically, as long as it's any time in the evening is better.
Okay. What time what time does school get done there? Are you high school or elementary or?
I'm in elementary, but I work some programs, so it's always best like 5:30 and on.
Okay. Is 5:30 okay for you?
Yeah, that's
Would
fine.
you like this week or next week?
This week would be fine. I mean,
Okay. I could do today at 5:30, tomorrow at 5:30, or?
Yeah, actually, tomorrow or today would be great.
Okay, I'll have somebody reach out to you at 5:30. I'm going to give you one of the marketing coaches that handles my wife's stuff too, so you'll be in good hands. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, my other thing is, so I actually am a team. I work with my wife. We'd be able
nice.
to customize it that we can both kind of have our photo.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you'll be able to do a team photo if you like. Absolutely.
Figured,
Yeah,
awesome.
it'll say compliments, of whatever your team name is and all that. So yeah, we have teams do it all the time, so it's not a problem.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll have her reach out to 5:30. Anybody else want me to reach out to them today, or I got you on here, or?
I already did the sign up on the QR code.
Oh, you did?
And
Okay, Irvin, perfect. Now, when would you like your marketing call?
Can you say that again?
Your marketing call, like I was just talking about, Dan, your marketing coach, just to reach out to say hi to you. You don't need nothing ready. They just want to say hello. Is there a good time today, tomorrow, Monday that you would like them to reach out? They're the ones that are going to help you do all the work. They're like your assistant on our side.
Okay. Yeah, I think let me see, probably tomorrow during the day.
Okay,
in
what
the
time would you
morning,
like?
let's say around 10
10?
a.m. tomorrow.
Okay. All right, perfect. And you said you put your billing in the QR code already, right?
No, actually, I was just checking, and so it says the my name, and then the so then it says if I have want to do the input the card information and
You
all
put
that.
your card in there, that's for the 99. That'll come right over to the billing and you're done. That's all you got to do, and you'll get a username and password right into your email.
Oh, okay. So I have to do that before I get the call tomorrow.
Yeah, so we do the 99 first to set you up. That's the only thing you pay up front. And then whenever the magazines get shipped, whether it's April, May, June, that's when you pay the 174.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
And
Can
just
you
so,
hear
and
me
just so you know too, Irvin, for any reason, just so everybody feels comfortable, if you signed up and activate, and for some reason the sky fell on you and you decided you couldn't go through with it, the 99 is 100% refundable too. So we would credit it back to you if you didn't go through with the mailing. Okay.
Can you
Okay.
hear me now? Can you
I
hear
can
Yeah,
me?
we can hear you now.
Wow, I don't know why. I logged off and came back on. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, you were
Anyway, yeah, and just so you know, the 99 is now, but until your magazine actually ships, you don't get charged.
No. Not
So
at all.
if you don't send it out for 2 more months, the 249 or whatever it is not going to charge until
Yeah.
it actually ships out. Just so you know that.
Yeah, and then like I said, anybody that signs up this week, I'm paying for the first 15, so it's literally going to be a $74 cash credit when your magazines ship. Whenever you do ship them, but you only have to pay $174 when the magazines go out.
Okay. There are other products that you have, right? Don't you have other things?
Yeah.
So
So
it's
what
not-
so the other thing we're going to have, we have a digital bundle that there's 3 parts to this bundle. The first part is a digital magazine that goes out to your entire email list. It's only 8 pages. It's got, the covers, a couple recipes, a couple articles, and you can customize the front letter to it, but you can track the metrics to it. Everybody you send it to, you can see who opened it and who didn't, and what they clicked on in the magazine, why they were looking at it. So you get up to 1,000 of those. The second part to that bundle is called our local events calendar. The same people that get your magazine, they're going to get an email for the month. It's a calendar. When they open it up for each day, all the hot local events that are going on, like a 15-mile radius, are listed with the description of the event, the time of the event, and at the bottom is your customized branding with your picture, contact info, and logo. So you get up to 1,000 of those as well. The third part to that bundle, if you have Facebook and Instagram, we have a whole library of all of our content in the interface we give you. You can share to your pages. But when you do share this content, we're going to customize and brand your post with your pictures, contact info, and logo as well. And you can automate the post, right? So you can automate the social media where you could pre-schedule your post out daily and weekly, so you don't have to keep going in and messing with it. Those 3 things together, when you add them on, it's like a Netflix subscription. It's normally $80 a month. What I'm also going to do for everybody that jumps on board, Joe, I'm going to give you this too, regardless, since, obviously you're already in program, but I'll also give everybody a free month of that as well. I'm going to throw that actually in for you too. So the next month after your hard copy goes out, the following month and the in between, when you're deciding, we'll do the social media bundle and hit your clients a different way. So, so for Dan, Irvin, anybody that is jumping on board, I'll also give you the free month of that as well to try out. No strings attached. After that, just like when we follow up with you, it'll be up to you if you want to continue with it. So I'll throw that in there for you as well.
Perfect. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
Chris, real quick, can I actually, I
Sure.
know I mentioned 5 o'clock today. I'm actually off from school to have parent teacher conferences, so I'm free the rest of the day. If you can move me up a little bit
I sure
early,
can.
better.
Yeah, absolutely. What time
Can
would
you
you like?
say like 2 o'clock? Probably gonna
Sure
have
thing.
lunch.
Yeah, I'll have somebody call you right at 2. That's not a problem.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Step on the gas.
Yes. And the cool thing is, even if once you, like you said, Dan, once you get your list together, even if you have a rough draft, it doesn't matter if you have 300 people in there, but you only want to send out 50, run the entire list through the AI program and let it score it, because people you might not thought were looking, maybe clicking on stuff, and it might surprise you. So
Yeah, that was actually one more question I had about that.
yeah.
You had mentioned the exclusivity part. Is that only to you who you send it out to? Or
Correct.
once you put them in,
Once you get your database in, even if you're saying like, say you have 150 people, but you might only send out 125, or you might rotate the list. Like we have agents that what they'll do is they'll create 2 lists of 50 and rotate it every other time. Even though it's going every other time, you still have exclusivity rights to it.
Awesome. Okay. That way you can get 100 people on there. Oh, that's cool.
So wait, I just learned something new. I can put all my contacts in there.
Everybody, Joe, you can run your entire list through the AI, and then say you have 300, but you only want to send out the top 50, you could do that.
And then AI will still tell me who's most likely to want to.
All 300, yep. So somebody that you thought like, hey, I haven't talked to these people in years, maybe they got put at the top for some reason, and like, you know what I mean? So that's why I would highly suggest, because even people that you think might not be looking could be clicking on. So that's how my wife was. Like what I said, with these people,
How do you like that?
she never thought in a million years, like she didn't understand why they were at the top. They literally just bought that home like right before they stopped drinking. That's why she stopped, because they were having a baby, and she's like, I'll be back. But then when she saw that, she's like, what is going on here? So yeah, some of the people, some of the least likely people you think, you know, maybe somebody's kids getting married and they're looking at homes for them. You never know, you know. So I'd run the entire list, and that way, and then you can determine, hey, who am I going to send it to? Let the AI give it streamline it for you, and then you'll pick how many people, what you want it to go to.
Very cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
And this list, once we sign on for $99 and we go onto your site or something, that's where we enter in the list?
No. So the list you can upload, or you can give your list to your marketing coach. You don't have to upload it right away. So when you do get that call with the marketing coach, whenever you get your list together, Eileen, you can just give it to your marketing coach, and they can do it for you. Or if you want to upload it from your CRM that we give you, you could do that too. It's really up. You know, we could do it both, either way.
I can show you how to do that next week, Eileen. I'll do it, but I'm not going to record that. I don't want my list on
Sure.
the YouTube
Sure.
channel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So however many people you have in there, Eileen, like I said, I definitely would encourage you.
Yeah, I have it. I don't know. I have maybe like 50, but a lot of people I don't even know if I would send it to, because it was like cold calls that I did, and a lot of them, some were wrong numbers and stuff. So I don't even know if I would send
Yeah, the
it.
raw numbers, maybe not. But if you have even the cold calls, if they're clicking on stuff, you can reconnect with them. You know, I'll tell you one other stat that I just saw, that, you know, obviously most people out there know multiple agents with a license, but 75% of people, when the topic of real estate comes up, the very first person they talk to or see is the person they end up going with. So if you see somebody, now the wrong numbers, I definitely wouldn't send it to them, because there's no way to follow up with them. But
Right.
even some of the people you cold call, if you see somebody at the top of the list, it might be worth it. But again, however many you want to send out, you might only want to send 25 out, and send 25 to yourself to hand out at your discretion. Those business part with the QR code and the landing page, that's been working really well for my wife. So put them in your businesses and wait for the people. In fact, what I also did too, another good idea for you, is you could take your landing page, put it on your Instagram and Facebook pages, and says, hey, you know, I have a bunch of people trying to see if you want to see what your house is worth, you can scan this and you put it on your social media page, and then I can follow up with you and talk to you about it. So, you know, I have an agent that was doing this in Virginia. He's probably got 5 or 6 deals out of it in the last 3 months because he did that. So
Can you show me the landing page?
I don't have that on me. So with the landing page, I can have them call you, Joe. Like I don't have access to it, but I can have your marketing coach call you and get it set up for you if you want.
Please.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that'd be great.
But like I said, I would also put it on your social media pages too, the landing page, and just say, hey, if you're interested in seeing what your house is worth, you know, scan this and I can follow up with you. Simple as thing like that. You'll be surprised on how many people in your pages scan it. So
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Anything else? Anybody? Chris, appreciate your time.
no problem. You as well. Thank you so much.
Anybody interested? I'll have Fred send. I'm going to share this on YouTube, so you might get calls from everywhere, Chris.
Nice. I won't complain. I won't complain.
Yeah. So anyway, if anybody is interested, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to Chris. You see his email address right there on the screen. Hit a screenshot if you want, or he'll reach out to you. Just let me know. Okay.
All right.
Chris, appreciate
I
your time.
just have a question, Chris.
Sure.
For the social media part, right?
Yes.
How much would that be? I know you said you would do 1 month free, and how much would that
If
be?
you were to continue with that after the first month, it's $79.99 a month for all 3. There is no contract at all. So even if you continue with it and say you did it for 2 more months, but you want to stop, you can opt out at any time with it too.
I see. And what is it that you post? You provide the material and stuff?
So we give you, it's 20 years of content in a library, all the fun stuff, not real estate market stuff, because you have your market stuff that you have. But I always call it pie filling. So it's all the recipes, the featured articles, all the fun, lighthearted stuff that'll draw people to your page to see the real estate stuff. So it's a whole library of content. And when you go into this library, it's really easy. So say you were on the recipe section, you click the margarita recipe, your pages will come up, and whichever page you want it to go on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, you just click it and it's instantly imports with your picture and everything. It's a branded post that we do for you. But your marketing coach will set it all up for you, Eileen, and then you'll just have to go in and click what stuff you want shared, or you can pre-schedule the post out daily and weekly, so you don't have to keep going in and messing with it too. And they'll show you that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But like I said, I'll throw that'll be for the month, like the month that your magazines go out, that'll be for the following month. So you have another way to kind of attack the
I
database.
see.
So it's
Mhm.
not going to be in the same month. We'll give it to you after that.
Great.
All right.
Anything else? Chris, appreciate your time.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Great.
Hope everyone-
Everybody, thanks for coming in Lunch and Learn, and everybody have a great weekend. We'll see you Tuesday for Lunch and Learn. Monday night meeting, we have insurance rep going to be here, so
So I have a question. Real
all right,
quick.
Sure.
let Chris go. You have a question for Chris? Or
No, for you,
Yeah.
Joe.
all right, so hang on, let me say goodbye to Chris, and I'm going to
All right.
stop.
Perfect. Oh, Laura, what is Laura? So I'm seeing Laura's thing that she can't. What is her last name? I just want to make sure I follow up there because I know it just says Laura's phone.
Madden, Madden.
Matt. Okay. Laura, would you like me to follow up with you today? I know you can't. If you want to just put it in the chat.
Or was it Eileen? Oh, not today, she said in the chat box.
Okay. Yeah, not today.
All right, you'll have a
Definitely.
listing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow up with her. Eileen, would you
follow
like
up
me to follow up with you today?
Today's a really bad day for me. I got electricians, a lot going on in my house today. I can't.
Okay. I mean, you can even do it from the QR
Stop.
code like Dan did as well and Irvin. So whatever's easier. But yeah, I'll follow up with you another day.
I'll call you probably one day next week.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk next week then. And I'll call,
Yeah.
same thing with Laura. I'll follow up with these next week then. So, and Dan, 2:00 today, Irvin, I'll take care of it. And we're good to go. So I appreciate everybody's time.
All
Thank
right,
you.
take care, Chris.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya. All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Okay,
Oh, and Joe, whenever you
wait,
have
until Chris leaves, I'm not in control here. Now I'm the host. All right, so let me stop recording.
Okay.
Boom.